Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking through some player props I like on Prizepicks for today's NBA slate on Tuesday, April the 22nd. We've got three playoff games on Tuesday. We got Game 2 of the Pacers and Bucks series. We got Game 2 of the Grizzlies Thunder series, and then we have Game 2 of the Timberwolves and Lakers series. So a three-game slate. Got some early player props I do like for tonight. Taking a first look at the board on Monday night, we're going to give out two plays in this video, break down these plays, share why I like them. Now, before we do get started, guys, make sure that you hit that like button down below. If you do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to the channel, and if you are new to Prizepicks, if you don't have a Prizepicks account, be sure to sign up. Use that promo code NOAH when you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code and place your first $5 lineup. You're going to get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account. So this is an easy way to build up your bankroll on Prizepicks. Use that promo code NOAH when you sign up. Get those $50 in promo funds, and then hopefully you can use those promo funds to make some money and again start to build that bankroll up over on Prizepicks. But check them out, guys, if you have not yet. And then I do also want to shout out Sleeper because we do have a partnership with Sleeper as well. You guys can go sign up for Sleeper. Use promo code NOAH over there, and you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. So whatever you deposit, when you sign up, you'll get that matched up to $100. You put in 50, you'll get an additional 50. You put in 100, you'll get an additional 100. You don't have to deposit a lot of money. You can deposit whatever you want. But again, whatever you do deposit on your first deposit is matched up to $100 when you sign up for Sleeper with code NOAH. And if for those of you that don't know what Sleeper is, they're just a DFS pick'em app, and they're very similar to Prizepicks. Really simple, easy to use. Good, it's a good app with an easy user face, easy to navigate. That's something that I think is very important. If you're doing, playing on a DFS app or a sportsbook or anything, I think the user, the user face, being able to navigate through the app, having the app run smoothly, I think is very important. Sleeper does have a very good app that runs very smoothly, so you can check them out, guys. Sign up, and again, use that promo code NOAH if you have not tried out Sleeper yet. But we're going to talk about some plays I like for today on Tuesday. Now, I do want to recap our plays from Monday's video before we go over today's plays. So, not looking like a great day Monday, unfortunately. We gave out two picks. One of them lost. It was over on OG Anunoby's PR. OG played like a ton of minutes, kind of like we expected. He played, I think, 42 or 43 minutes. Just was not really involved in the offense. His usage rate was way down. Only took 10 shots, which is like the fewest amount of shots he's taken in like over a month. Just wasn't as involved in the offense. Just kind of was standing around in the corner. Did have 5 rebounds, but only 10 points. We'll take the L on that one, and then we'll see about our other prop, which was on a James Harden over. We took him over 32.5 PA. I checked the box score. I think he's got like 26 PA. With like 2 minutes left in the third quarter. So looking solid on that one, but we'll have to see how it plays out. Obviously doesn't really matter though, because on Prizepicks you need to hit both your plays to profit. So we're not going to get there, but maybe if you played a straight bet on a sports book, hopefully Harden goes over for those of you that maybe betted on a sports book. But we'll see. Either way, it's a loss for us on Prizepicks. So we'll take the loss and we'll move on to the next slate, guys. I mean, we got another slate to attack here for Tuesday, and let's see if we can bounce back and hit both these plays for this Tuesday slate. So the first prop that I do like for today is going to be from the Bucks and Pacers game, and I'm liking Bobby Portis for more than 11.5 points. So Bobby Portis was not great in game 1 of this series. The Bucks were a big disappointment. They pretty much got blown out. They lost by like over 20 points in game 1. Portis did play 25.5 minutes, but only had 4 points in those 25 minutes. But he did close the game, which was good to see. The Bucks did run kind of a weird second half rotation where, especially in the fourth quarter, they pretty much played all the bench guys with Giannis in the fourth quarter. Like no other starter played in the fourth quarter besides Giannis. Kyle Kuzma played in the fourth quarter, but it was like for just a minute. And then Ryan Rollins played like the final minute of the game in blowout. But Bobby Portis got a really big second half run. Played 6 minutes in the third quarter and then played almost the entire fourth quarter, got up to 25.5 minutes. And we saw, to end the regular season, Bobby Portis' minutes were pretty strong. Like he was consistently playing around 25 to 30 minutes a night. You just look over his last like 6 or 7 games to end the regular season. I mean, he was playing 32, 38, 30, 26, and then 23, but then 29, 22, 33. Like he was consistently playing 25 to 30 minutes a night. This season, Portis has averaged just over 25 minutes per game. And obviously, with it being the postseason, with teams trimming down their rotations, there's a chance that Portis gets up to like 28 to 30 minutes here. And I think this is a really good matchup for Bobby Portis going up against a Pacers team that has been vulnerable to scoring inside the paint area and around the rim. Portis is a big man that can stretch the floor and shoot threes, but he also can score around the rim and in the paint. That's where the Pacers have been very vulnerable this season. They are giving up the 5th most points in the paint. So I do like this matchup a lot for Bobby Portis. It's a matchup he's had success in this season. For what it's worth, if you do look in 2 games, I believe he's played 2 games this year against the Pacers, and I think he did go over this line in both games. I'm going to check that real quick, though, just to confirm. So this season versus the Pacers, did play 2 games, did go over this points prop in both games, had 17 points in 23 minutes, and then had 14 points in 31 minutes. But the minutes have been strong for Portis in this matchup. Historically, it's a matchup that I think sets up a little bit better for him, just because with how fast the Pacers like to play, they've always been a pretty fast-paced team. I think they were top 10 in pace this year. It's a little bit of a tougher spot for Brook Lopez, just trying to keep up with the pace that the Pacers play at. Brook Lopez, not a guy that really typically plays very well in fast-paced games, just because he's just not the fastest guy. He's fairly slow, so he definitely can get played off the floor sometimes. Obviously, Lopez's minutes did get cut in Game 1. Lopez didn't get any minutes in the fourth quarter. I wouldn't be surprised if you see the minutes tend to go a little bit more towards Bobby Portis over Brook Lopez in this series. And even if Lopez plays big minutes, they could still play Portis over someone like Kyle Kuzma. We typically don't see the Bucks play a lot of 3 big lineups with Lopez, Giannis, and Portis all together. Like they typically don't play all 3 of those guys together, but they definitely could if Kyle Kuzma continues to struggle. I mean, he's just been terrible. Hasn't really provided anything. I think in Game 1 of this series, I think Kuzma played like 20 minutes and literally had 0 stats. He played 21 minutes and had 0 stats, which is just absurd. I don't know how Kyle Kuzma plays 21 minutes and has 0 stats, but it happened in Game 1. So there's just a lot of ways for Bobby Portis' minutes to get up into the 28 to 30 range. And even if they don't get up into the 28 to 30 range, he still probably is good for at least 22 to 24 minutes. We'll see if Damian Lillard comes back for this game. Damian Lillard's listed as questionable. If Lillard does play today, I think there's a good chance he's going to be on some sort of minutes limit. If you look at where the books are setting lines at on Lillard, I mean, you can kind of see that the books are projecting Lillard to be somewhat limited. I mean, he has a 19.5 points prop in a playoff game. Like, clearly that's indicating that he's going to be limited somewhat if he does play. Even if Lillard, plays, I still think Portis is going to have a good role, coming off the bench with the second unit. It should soak up a lot of usage. Obviously, Portis plays a decent amount of his minutes without Giannis because he's typically the guy that subs in for Giannis, how they run the rotation. So Portis gets a lot of run without Giannis in the second unit where he can really soak up usage and be a primary, offensive shot creator, and shot taker. Portis is a guy that offensively can provide you scoring, whether it be from behind the arc. He can shoot threes, but he can also, again, score around the rim, which is where the Pacers have been vulnerable this year. So I like this matchup a lot for Bobby Portis. Only scored 4 points in Game 1, but I like him to have a bounce-back game here in Game 2. Going to take him for more than 11.5 points. And then the other prop that I like from the Lakers and Timberwolves game, we're going to go to that game, and I like a prop on Luka Doncic. We're going to take Luka Doncic for more than 46.5 PRA. So Luka also went under this line in Game 1 of this series. He lost by the hook. He had 46 PRA. But there's a couple things to note from Game 1. So first off, Luka had 46 PRA in Game 1, but he only had 1 assist. So obviously that's something that you can't really expect to happen at all. I mean, I don't think Luka's had, since he's joined the Lakers, I don't think he's had a single game with less than 3 assists since he's joined the Lakers. Actually, I think he's had I'm pretty sure that's the first game he's ever had less than 3 assists since joining the Lakers. So, ran really bad to only have 1 assist last game. He still did have 8 potential assists, which was tied for the team high. So, he had 7 missed assists last game. That didn't help. Also, Luka did lose some minutes because of the blowout. The Lakers lost by 22 last game. They subbed out their starters with 3 minutes left. So, Luka didn't play the final 3 minutes of the game. So, he was on pace to play huge minutes. I mean, he already played 40 minutes last game and then lost 3 minutes for the blowout. So, he would have played 43 minutes most likely. Had the game been competitive, we know Luka is going to be a main focal point of this Lakers offense. Even playing alongside LeBron and playing alongside Austin Reeves, Luka has still dominated the usage. He had over a 35% usage rate in game 1 of this series. Since he's joined the Lakers, Luka has averaged about 44 to 45 PRA per game. I did the math earlier. I think it's like 44 something. He's averaged like 44 PRA per game since he joined the Lakers, and that's with him averaging only 35 minutes per game. Now that it's the playoffs, I mean, Luka's playing like 41, 42 minutes a night. And obviously with the Lakers losing game 1 of this series, it's going to be really, really important for them to win this game. I mean, if the Lakers go down 0-2 to Minnesota and then have to go to Minnesota down 0-2, I mean, they're going to be in big trouble. So this almost feels like kind of a must-win game for the Lakers if they want to kind of keep this series alive. So I'm expecting a huge role for Luka, expecting some huge minutes here. And this is a matchup that does set up pretty well for Luka. You would think Minnesota, really good defensive team, which they are. Don't get me wrong, but Minnesota also has guys that they trust to guard Luka one-on-one, whether it's Anthony Edwards, whether it's Jaden McDaniels. And Luka just kills one-on-one matchups. I mean, he's one of the toughest guys to guard one-on-one. Luka's also really good at hunting matchups, so they'll get him switched on to Rudy Gobert. They'll try and hunt Rudy Gobert, get Gobert switched on to Luka, and that's obviously a matchup that Luka can easily exploit. And we saw Luka kill Minnesota last season in the playoffs when he was on Dallas. Obviously, different team, different role, but I mean, you look at Luka last season against Dallas in the playoffs, or excuse me, against Minnesota in the playoffs. I mean, he had 33, 6, and 8, 32, 10, and 13, 33, 7, and 5, 28, 15, and 10, 36, 10, and 5. Like, he went over this game, and I think, he went over this line in 4 out of 5 games against Minnesota in the playoffs last season when he was on Dallas. Just had a huge series against them, averaged like almost 50. I think he averaged like 50 PRA per game against Minnesota in the playoffs last season. I'm expecting a big series from Luka here. I mean, I think the matchup just sets up really well for him, even though Minnesota's a really good defensive team. With how Luka can exploit one-on-one matchups, with how Minnesota likes to play one-on-one, they trust their guys defensively to guard Luka. It's just a tough spot for them to handle Luka one-on-one. I think when Luka has down games, it's either going to be because he just shoots the ball really poorly or because teams are trapping him, getting the ball out of his hands. But I don't think Minnesota's going to do that. I think Minnesota, again, they trust their guys to guard these players one-on-one. And if you trap Luka, then that's just going to obviously leave LeBron in a bigger offensive role. He's going to be able to do more offensively. Same with Austin Reeves. It's really hard to just trap Luka because that's really not going to be an answer. I mean, they'll find ways to beat you elsewhere, even if you are kind of taking the balls out of Luka's hands, which I don't think Minnesota's going to do. So that's what I'm liking, guys, as our 2 props for today on Tuesday. We're going to take Bobby Portis for more than 11.5 points, and we're going to take Luka Doncic for more than 46.5 PRA. So we got 2 props for this 3-game slate on Tuesday. Once again, guys, appreciate you watching and supporting the content as always. Make sure, before you do get out of here, that you hit that like button down below and also hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. If you guys are new to Prizepicks, again, if you don't have a Prizepicks account, make sure to go sign up. Use that promo code NOAH. When you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code and place your first $5 lineup, you're going to get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account. So use that code NOAH on Prizepicks if you have not yet. But good luck tonight. Thanks as always for watching, guys. Let's win some money on this slate. Appreciate you guys' support, and I will see you in the next video.